Hello, I'm Christopher Saslow, the Associate Director for Patient Care Services here at Gulf Coast Veterans Healthcare System. I'd like to start off this week's blog by welcoming our new employees who will be joining us October the 3rd in our new employee orientation. Nursing is fortunate enough to be able to welcome employees in the following areas. We have nurses joining us in the primary care arena in both our Eglin as well as our Pensacola clinics. We also have employees joining us in our community living center. For those of you that have the opportunity to do a meet and greet or to have them join us in our respective areas, please make them feel as welcome as you do for anyone else in your area who is new to the organization. Remember that some of these individuals will be coming from the private sector and don't know the VA, as it can be a very overwhelming place. We want to take the time to make sure they understand how our organization works, is how our organization welcomes those employees that are here to help serve our veteran communities. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our leave exceptions, as well as our pending conversion to the VATAS payroll system. The leave exceptions continue to haunt the nursing service with the number of employees who have failed to enter the correct leave requests or who have not entered a leave request for time that has been taken. This creates what's known as an exception, and those exceptions tend to cause payroll challenges when it comes to correcting as well as validating time and attendance. Unfortunately, with the new VATAS system, those employees that continue to have leave exceptions will end up having leave in error and are at risk for developing gaps in their paychecks. Please check with your manager to find out if you're one of those individuals that needs to either enter a leave request that hasn't been entered before or to have a corrected leave entry so that your time and attendance forms do not have these potential errors. We don't want to see anybody receive an incorrect paycheck, as the efforts to be able to correct those are somewhat daunting as well as lengthy. Again, please check with your manager to find out if you might be at risk. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our sale report. I'd like to let everyone know that our third quarter data has finally been released, and we again remain at a 2-star facility. The 2 stars represents our comparison to our community partners as well as to our fellow VA institutions across the nation. With the potential of a 5-star rating, we continue to be challenged with some of the areas that we have got to work on for improvement. I'm going to cover some of those areas, and I'm going to show you a screen that actually gives you an idea of the areas that nursing actually impacts. While we've done excellent in our CAUTI, in our ventilator-associated pneumonias, our MRSA, and our CLABC, we have efforts that need to be addressed in working on other areas that nursing has a clear impact on. Those areas include our RN turnover rate, our mental health continuity of care, as well as our experience of care related to our inpatients, our standard mortality rates, as well as our inpatient hospitalizations and complications. Believe it or not, nursing can impact every single one of those areas. But it doesn't just stop there. Nursing has an impact on the sale data in about 40% of the different metrics that are measured. And while many of the things that we are doing are continuing to improve, we're not quite where we need to be. Remember that as we improve our areas, so do other institutions, making that target even harder to reach. I ask you to talk to your manager as well as your chief nurses in your staff meetings to find out what you can do in order to help move us forward in the efforts to achieve not only a 3-star but higher. Please know that there are many things that we have continued to excel in and have done really well in serving our veteran population. All of the metrics that are referred to in the sale have an effect on a human being that we take care of, whether it be an inpatient or an outpatient arena. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to be able to apply those specific metrics to the patients that you care for. If you don't understand, ask the question. The last thing that I'd like to leave you with is, with the new beginning of a fiscal year comes the need to make sure that your self-evaluations for for those of you that are Title V employees must be made ready to turn into your supervisors. It's critical for you to provide all the necessary information to be able to justify whether or not you've achieved a satisfactory or higher, and how you've exceeded the expectations of your particular job performance. It is not a blanket outstanding or excellent that people will receive without being able to justify just what they've done that meets and exceeds their baseline job performance according to their position description. It's important for you to know your responsibilities, as well as working with your manager to make sure that they can help to communicate what you can do more or better in order to achieve above a satisfactory rating. There is no shame in receiving a satisfactory. That means that you've met all of the expectations of your specific job performance as it's described in your position description or your functional statement. I want to applaud everyone for doing the job that they have done this year, and an extra thanks to those that have gone above and beyond what's expected of you each and every day. That concludes my discussion for today. Once again, if you have issues that you'd like to have brought up on our blog, please don't hesitate to send me an email or to post something on the blog itself. Have a great day.